All right, I want to welcome everyone to our Technology Thursday webinar for May 10th, 2018. This is Brad Wagnon, and I will be taking you through tonight's webinar. Before we get started, I want to make a couple of announcements. First of all, we're going to have our monthly, or actually every 2 month, leadership presentation on Tuesday, May 22nd at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. in the OCO training room that is behind the Cherokee Nation gift shop. That's going to be Tuesday, May 22nd. We're going to have that training, and it's going to be a little bit different this time. We're going to have John Roselle from Cherokee Nation Indian Child Welfare there, as well as a Cherokee foster parent, my brother, Brian Wagnon. They will be talking about the need for Cherokee foster parents, as well as what your organization and what you can do to help support Cherokee foster parents and Cherokee children who are in foster care. So if you would, please join us either in person or online on May 22nd. That's a Tuesday, and we will be in the OCO training room. As always, we will have food for both presentations, and both those presentations should last an hour and a half to 2 hours. So 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. on May 22nd. And then again, I want to announce our conference of community leaders this year. It'll be on June 22nd and 23rd. That's a Friday and a Saturday here in Tahlequah at Northeastern State University. We have a lot of great presenters coming in this year to talk with you on a variety of topics, everything from leadership topics to Cherokee history, Cherokee language, Cherokee culture. We are also having our youth track once again. If you're interested and have not signed up for that conference yet, please send me an email at bradley-wagnon@cherokee.org, and I will make sure that you get the link to sign up for the conference. And if you're not able to get that link or sign up online, if you will just let me know, and I can sign you up for the conference myself. All right, we're going to get started with tonight's webinar. Tonight's webinar is on Pinterest. So what is Pinterest? Pinterest is a popular social network. While other social networks like Facebook and Twitter focus on personal sharing and status updates, Pinterest is all about collecting and sharing the types of things you find online. We're going to watch a little video to learn more about Pinterest and how it works. Alright, so there's a little video from Pinterest there about what you can do on Pinterest and what Pinterest is. So why would someone use Pinterest? Well, we use the internet to search for all kinds of information, but it can be difficult to keep everything we find organized. Think of Pinterest as a sort of digital bulletin board or scrapbook for collecting things you find online. For example, let's say you like using the internet to discover new recipes. Whenever you find a recipe you like, you can save that recipe to a board. When you click a pin, it will link you back to the original website, turning your board into a collection of visual bookmarks. You can see an example of a real board below. That's obviously a board with some really, really good looking food. Pinterest isn't just about creating your own boards, it also allows you to follow the pins created by your friends and others, or pinners as they're called on Pinterest. Whenever you're browsing Pinterest, you can easily save pins you discover to your own boards. So how do you create a Pinterest account? Well, to get started with Pinterest, you'll need to create an account. To do this, you go to www.pinterest.com, fill out the necessary information, and click Sign Up. You can sign up for Pinterest with your email address or with an existing Facebook account. So the first thing you'll want to do is set up a profile. And you can do that by clicking on this button here on the Pinterest page. Going to be in the top right hand corner. Looks like this little man right here. That is your profile button. Next, you're going to click this button here that looks like a little hexagon. And then you're going to scroll down to the profile section. From here, you'll be able to add your information to update your profile page. You can even upload a profile picture. This is what it's going to look like right here. So some common Pinterest terms: boards, source links, pinners. If you're new to Pinterest, there are a few terms that you might seem a little bit confusing at first. So we're going to review some of the most commonly used Pinterest terms. I'm going to start down here with a pin. A pin is a visual bookmark that links from Pinterest to another website. A pinner is a user on Pinterest. Whenever you find pinners you like, you can choose to follow their pins. This way, whenever they share new pins, you'll see them on your home page. A follower are the other Pinterest users who have chosen to follow your pins. Whenever you add a new pin, it will appear on your followers' home pages. Repin. When you repin something, you save it. You discover it on Pinterest and you want it for one of your own boards, so you repin it. A source link is the URL of the website where the pin comes from. And a board is where you'll save your related pins. It's basically a collection of things that are like each other. For example, you could create a board for the different types of recipes you find online. Believe it or not, I do have a Pinterest account, and I do use it. Not as much as my wife uses hers, though. She's got lots and lots of boards and lots of pins. But I don't gripe about it because I am the recipient of some of those recipes and different things that she pins, so that's good. All right, navigating on Pinterest. The first thing you're going to see is the home page. It's going to look like this. You're going to see this button here at the top left corner. That's the Pinterest button. Anytime you click that button, it will take you directly back to the home page. This is the search box. If you're looking for something specific, you can type what you're looking for into the search box and press enter. You can browse Pinterest by category using this button. You can look at your profile and edit your profile using this button. You get notifications here. You'll pop up with a little number that tells you how many notifications you have, and then also where you'll see direct messages from other pinners. Pins will show up on your home page. Recent pins from the people you follow will appear whenever you sign in. You can click a pin to open a larger view and then click the image to navigate to the pin's original source. If you want to visit the original website where a pin comes from, you can select it to see a larger version and then click the image like this here, and it will take you to that website. Making your own board is probably one of the first things you'll want to do on Pinterest. Whether you're using Pinterest to organize the things you find online or share some of your stuff with other people, Pinterest makes it easy to start pinning. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click this button here that says Create Board. A window will appear for the necessary information on your board, and then you will fill it out. You can put the name of your board. You can put a description of your board. Choose a category. You can also make it secret or not. This is helpful if you're planning a party or something for someone and you don't want them to see the things you're planning, so you can make it secret. You can also choose collaborators, people that you want to be able to add things to the board or to see the board as well. When you're all finished with that, you're going to click Create. Once you create a board, you're ready to start adding pins. There are several ways to add a pin to a board, but in their opinion, the easiest method is to use the Pin It button. This is a special button you can use and add to your web browser. We're going to watch a video here about using the Pin It button. Alright, so that's a little bit about using the Pin It button. As you saw in the video above, installing the Pin It button is pretty simple. Just go to this page and click Get Our Browser button. And that will add it to whatever browser you use. Whenever you see something new you want to pin it, click the Pin It button, which is located on the toolbar of your browser. Then select the image you'd like to use for that pin by clicking the Save button. A new window will appear, and select the desired board that you want to save it to and click Save. That's it. The pin will be added to your board, and people that are following you on Pinterest will see the pin on their home pages. As we mentioned above, there's a few other ways to add pins to your board. To get started, select the desired board and then choose Add a Pin. If you want to pin something from a specific web page, go to the board you would like to add the pin to and click Save Pin. A Save Pin box will appear, and then click the web. Then you'll need to copy and paste the website's URL and then select Next. Finally, select the photo you want to use for the pin and click Save, and your pin will be created and added to your board. You can also upload an image to Pinterest. If you want to pin a picture from your computer, click the Save Pin button and then select your device. You can locate and select the file wherever it is on your computer, click Open, and then choose Photo. Keep in mind the uploaded pin will automatically include a link to another website, although you may choose to add one manually. You must also think about copyright, fair use, and pin etiquette when using Pinterest. Pinterest has faced some serious criticism with respect to copyright law. The issue lies in the fact that many pins are not accurately linked to their original sources. You can prevent this by making sure your pins always link to their sources, which gives credit to the original content creator. If you're posting your own original content, keep in mind that it's especially easy for people to copy and repost images on Pinterest. We recommend including a link to your personal website when posting any original content. To learn more about this, copyright on Pinterest, review Pinterest's copyright page. We're going to talk about managing your pins and boards. After you've been using Pinterest for a while, you may want to organize and edit your boards. You can do this from your profile page. You just select the profile icon in the top right corner to access your profile page at any time. It's going to look like this. This button here allows you to edit your profile. From here you can edit your profile information, add a profile picture, and more. This button here is your settings. From here you can adjust the settings for your account, notifications, home feed, and more. Other actions include, click this button, you will find friends, making a widget, and signing out. This button here, whenever you access your profile page, you'll see all of your boards. You'll see the number of pins you have, and you can see all of your pins. From here you can see any pins you've liked on Pinterest. Here you'll see the number of people following you, and here you'll see the number of people you are following. This button here that says Create Board allows you to create a new board at any time. If you would like to edit a board, there are several ways for you to do that. For example, if you want to change a board's details like its name or description, click Edit underneath the board. A menu page is going to pop up, just like the one when you created the board, and you can change the name, description, category, anything you want to. You can make a board secret, you can add collaborators, you can even delete the whole board if you want to. Whenever you create a new board, it will automatically become the topmost board on your profile page. To rearrange your boards, simply click and drag them to the desired locations. Click, hold, and drag. You can share boards with others. You can give other people permission to add pins to your boards. This is a great way to collaborate and share ideas with friends on Pinterest. To share a board, select Edit and then type the user's name and email in this box here that says Collaborators and then click Save. If you want to edit a pin's caption or source link, hover the mouse over the pin and select this button here, which is Edit Pencil. From here, you can change the description, source link, and the board's pinned to. You can also choose to delete the pin if you want to. It's going to pop up and look like this. Right here is the website or the source link. You can change it there. Even if you're not planning to create many boards of your own, it's fun to explore the things people share on Pinterest. That's what I do most of the time. I don't pin a lot of things on Pinterest, but I do like to look at things that other people have pinned. There are many ways to discover the newest pins and boards. If you're looking for something specific, you can just search for it. Just type what you're looking for in the search box and press enter. This person obviously is searching for funny pictures of corgis. You can also browse Pinterest. You can browse a specific category. To do this, click the menu button. Looks like this right here. And to the right of the search box, popular pins that fall under that category will appear. You can also follow people on Pinterest. Whenever you see a pin you like, you can choose to follow the user who added it. Whenever that user adds a new pin, it will appear in the feed on your homepage. To do this, select the user and click Follow All. You can choose to follow individual boards if you don't want to see all of that user's pins. I'm going to watch a video here about following other pinners or Pinterest users. Alright, so that is a video from Pinterest about following other users. Next, we're going to talk about saving, commenting, and messaging. You can interact with any pin you find on Pinterest. For example, you can save a pin, leave a comment, or share a pin with others. Whenever you find a pin that you want to save for later, or share that with all of your followers, you can save it to one of your boards. To do this, however, hover the mouse over the pin and select Save. Pinterest used to feature a like button that had very similar function to save, but has since been retired, so you use the Save button instead. You can comment on people's pins. It's a great way to let pinners know how you feel about a pin or to start a discussion with others. To access the comment section, select a pin, scroll down, and click the comments button, which looks like that right there. Then enter the text in the box and click comment. You can also send direct messages to others on Pinterest. If you want to share a pin with just select people, this is how you do that. Hover the mouse over the pin, select the arrow button in the top left corner, and then search for the user that you want to send it to. That looks like a paper airplane to me. It doesn't really look like an arrow. They're calling it an arrow. You can view your notifications in Pinterest. Whenever one saves or comments on one of your pins, you'll receive a notification. To see your recent notifications as well as your direct messages, you'll click the notifications button, which looks like this little thought bubble here in the top right corner of the Pinterest page. We're going to talk a little bit about adjusting your settings. There are several settings you can change on Pinterest. To access your account options, go to your profile and then select the hexagon-shaped gear icon to get account basics. From here, you can update your password, change your email notification settings, and more. It's going to look just like this here. Change your email, change your password, change your language, your country, your gender. And you can also hide or not hide your profile from search engines. When you're finished changing, click Save Settings. It's important to realize that with the exception of your secret boards, anything you pin on Pinterest is completely public. This is why we recommend always using your best judgment when pinning things on Pinterest. Also note, pinning something obscene or overtly offensive can result in the termination of your Pinterest account. Now you can create a secret board if you don't want anyone seeing things you're pinning. To do this, simply create a board as you normally would, but make sure to toggle the secret option from no to yes. Pinterest does have a mobile app. This is the way that I usually use Pinterest. It's on my phone. It's easy to access. Available for iOS, Apple devices, and Android. The Pinterest app allows you to explore recent pins, create new boards, and more. You can also pin things directly from the web using your device's built-in browser. The Pinterest app offers most of the same features you'll find on the desktop version of Pinterest, but you still need to become familiar with the mobile interface. Here we see what it looks like on the Apple or iOS version. This is a pin here with a picture. All your buttons, other buttons are down here on the bottom. Your home button will take you back to the home page, your search button, your notifications, and your saved button. This is where you will see your profile and see all of the pins you've saved. For Android, it looks a little bit different. All the notifications are at the top. This version looks a little bit more like the version on the internet. That's the Android version there. Pins, homepage, search, notifications, and the saved or profile page. The procedure for following a pin's source links is the same on both iOS and Android versions. You just need to tap the pin. Then it will bring it closer in, and then you can tap again to go to the source link, save images, and different things like that from the pin. When you tap on it, it's going to bring up the source link. So when you add pins from the Pinterest app, you just use this button here that says save. It's got the little pin in it. It'll ask you which board you want to save it to. You just click the board you want to save it to. You can pin things you find online from your device's web browser. Note you must have the Pinterest app installed to use this feature. If you're using a device with iOS, you'll need to enable Pinterest as a sharing option in Safari before you can save pins from the web. First, you'll need to open Safari and tap the share button, which looks like this in the Apple version. Scroll right, tap more. Make sure that Pinterest is toggled on for your sharing, and then click Pinterest to share. Once you've enabled Pinterest in the share menu, navigate to the web page you'd like to use and click the share button. Pinterest will pop up, and then click share. New screen will appear, and you'll get to pick which picture you want to use. And then finally, pick your board that you want to share it to. Navigate to the web page on the Android menu. Click share. Next, locate and tap create a pin. And a new screen will appear with various photos. Select the one you'd like for your pin, and then finally choose a board. So that's a little bit about the Pinterest mobile app. That's it. Now you know the basics for using Pinterest like a pro. Happy pinning. All right. That is our technology webinar for Thursday, May 10th. Again, I'm Brad Wagnon. Don't forget our training, leadership training, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., Tuesday, May 22nd. And don't forget about our conference on June 22nd and 23rd. If you have questions about any of those things or questions about this webinar, please don't hesitate to email me, bradley-wagnon@cherokee.org. Also, if you're with one of our CCO Cherokee community groups and you would like to get TA credit for watching this webinar, please email me an email with the following information: what organization you're with, how many people watched the webinar, what the webinar was over, and one thing that you learned from watching the webinar. I want to thank y'all again for joining me tonight, and I hope to see you again at one of our live trainings. Again, don't hesitate to get in contact with me if you have any questions. Well, no.